Hey guys, just before we get started, I just noticed this whenever I finished recording that my lights were at its mirror. You know what? Just turn this off real quick. Didn't realize it till just now that my lights weren't at its usual pace. I don't think that they were fast enough to cause any problems, but I'm also just doing this now as just like a bit of a heads up. If you're sensitive to those kind of lights, just be careful. And I'll change it later in the future to where they're not going to be as changing as fast. Like I said, yeah, should be fine, but I don't want to risk that.
Have no fear, students. Because I am here.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. A little bit late on the Recussion for My Hero Academia, so we're just going to go ahead and hop right on into this. So, starts off, we have a flashback to when nurse, the recovery girl, that's her name. Recovery girl talking to Deku saying, I give you 2 or 3 more times, but if you keep getting injured like this, you're going to permanently lose the use of your arms. And then we cut back to Deku with Black Whip, just like Sonic Boom, like Earth just whipping Shigaraki through the air and just causing a bunch of like explosions and shockwaves. Ooh. We then see Deku's arm just like the blood just like blood gushing out and everything. And Shigaraki saying that was 3 flyby hits, and Deku's just about to go in for another Detroit smash, and he connects with a Wyoming smash and a St. Louis smash. So he just smashed the hell out of Shigaraki like 3 times back to back. So that was really fun. Alright, so then it cuts to Shigaraki saying he's getting hurt faster than he can heal. If he doesn't focus on defense, he's over. If only those scummy heroes hadn't pushed me to his limit. And then he's like, no, other than my imperfect body, one for all is getting in the way of my dreams. And then Deku just like has like this berserker face going on, just screaming. He's like, this is what this power is for. And he just comes in like, you know, does like another slingshot into Shigaraki and does a Texas smash, and his arm just recoils. Like Shigaraki's still caught in Black Whip, but Deku's arm is just like all busted up. And see there okay, I believe this is Shigaraki saying there's got to be a way to put this kid down for good, some other quirk, gotta find one. And Fishman, the water guy who had been helping Aizawa keep his quirk activated for a long period of time, saying it's amazing, and Bakugo is like, no, he's gonna lose if he keeps this up. And he's just looking up, just like anger and nervousness, worry, like you can just see it, and you can see it in his face. He's just like, oh fuck, this isn't good. And he's basically saying Deku's using his legs and air force to negate the blowback, control, and multiple quirks simultaneously. It's taking every skill he's got to keep Shigaraki in the air. But since that first hit didn't seal the deal, it's an endurance match. He can't last forever, a guy who can regenerate. And Bakugo's just screaming, just like, or not screaming, but yelling out, like, in a few minutes he will be dust and have his power taken from him. And you finish with that, and then he asks Todoroki if he's done with the first aid. He says, yeah, what do you need? And Bakugo's just like, shut up and grab a hold of me. Endeavor, don't waste any fire on flying up there, because I got that part covered. And Todoroki, keep Endeavor cool to the last possible moment. So first I just want to, I'll touch on this a little bit more, but seeing Bakugo actually step up, take it like a leader role, and just not saying, calling everybody else pathetic or weak, and just him trying to do it himself, seeing him actually take charge and recognize, hey, coming up with a strategy for other people that just doesn't include himself, and saying, get out of my way, really nice. I'm loving seeing this. And Endeavor's basically saying, you're thinking I should finish him off with the max firepower attack, leave it to me. And then Rocklock is basically saying, but they're just kids. And you know, he was vehemently against having the students coming into the fight back in the overhaul arc because he had his own child. But Shoto basically just yells back, "Take care of Sensei's in the other." And Rocklock's just like, he's like, "Why am I doubting him? Why am I doubting him? Considering I already admitted that Deku's one hell of a hero," and they just like got it. And so Bakugo takes Endeavor and Shoto, and they just like blast off. And he's basically, I believe it's Bakugo saying that the moment that when Black Whip is stretched out is when I strike. When I dive in there, you two get out so you don't get caught in it. Okay, so that's Endeavor saying that. Alright. Okay, I see it now. And Shoto's just like, "Midoriya, hang in there." And it flashes back to the previous chapter with Bakugo talking to All Might and saying, "I don't want to speculate and talk about things I'm not sure of." And they're basically asking, he's the one who basically created One for All, right? Isn't it an offshoot of his power? Multiple quirks is the same as him? Even if One for All is a cursed power, at the same time it's just like we're flashing back to All Might, just, you know, in his back when he was still a hero, and back when Bakugo and Deku were kids, and they're just cheering on, just like cheering on for All Might. And you know, and then it just like flashes back to the first fight between Baku and Deku, where he says, "I'm not going to be your worthless punching bag Deku forever, Kachan. I'm the Deku who always does his best." And we just see a picture of, like, we just see Deku from like the side, and he's just tore up. Like, you can just see it. Like, then they have a close-up on his face. It's just like blood, tears, sweat, and you just see Bakugo just like have like this face where it's just like like nervousness, anger, and almost like an incompetent look. Like, he's just like, what I can't do anything. I can't do anything. It's like he's worried about Deku. And again, I said this before in the last chapter, I know for a fact that Horikoshi has been, you know, subtly saying and, you know, showing Bakugo changing in his tone and his character, but to actually see it plainly put out on the table, spelt out, and him saying exactly what it is, I enjoy. And so having that knowledge and seeing Bakugo's face, you're just like, oh, you're just like, you feel for him. I feel like I just feel for him. And so then we switch over to Deku. I keep wanting to say Dekugo or some shit, I don't know. But we see Deku about, you know, having his Black Whip all the way out, like he's about to just pull him back in, so that way he can do another like slingshot punch. And then they throw off Endeavor, and he gets right behind Shigaraki and just grabs a hold of him, and he just like, Deku's just like, what? And Endeavor yells, "Get out of here!" And Shigaraki's just like, "You again?" And he lets off a prominence burn and just like supernovas while holding on to Shigaraki. You have Shoto, Bakugo, and Deku about to like just kind of like stuck in air. So I'm guessing what it is that I believe float is still activated. So because they're closer to Deku, you know, they're still floating, or they just haven't fallen yet. I like to think that float's still activated, so that's why they're not like, wasn't like an immediate drop, but you know, you never know. And then we just have this nice panel of just Shigaraki just like exploding. And then you see, I believe that's All for One just reaching out with his hand, Tomura, lend me your body. And then, you know, ooh, looks like Endeavor gets hit in the face, and you see Shoto and Bakugo just yelling out for Endeavor. And these tendrils just go through his body, and he's just like, Endeavor's like, "How are you not dead yet?" And then ooh, All for One took over Shigaraki's body, and he just like, "Little brother," and you look at Deku, and he's just like, "Oh God." And so those tendrils that went through Endeavor just shoot straight towards Deku. And then we just have this realization on Bakugo's face. He becomes a hero just like at that moment. There were no thoughts. And you see like a flashback of, Bakugo being a dick to Deku. Him, like the slime sludge monster, whatever, the tears in his eyes. Him slowly becoming friends, or becoming friends again with Deku, and he's just like in my head and in my body. It just moved on its own, and so those tendrils just go through Bakugo, and that's it for the chapter. Oh man! All right, I'm gonna stop this, and then we'll just hop back into the actual discussion part of this. Oh my god. Oh man. Shit. Oh man, that's oh god, I'm so worried. I don't think Bakugo's gonna die. I think he's gonna be hurt very badly. Same with Deku. Like they're somewhat, because like I said, I'm recording this later than I normally do. I've seen some discussions on Twitter of people talking about different things. One, Deku's gonna need a long time to heal because he like 3-punched, full smashed. Like he did 3 smashes back to back against Shigaraki. Recovery Girl literally said you have 2 to 3 uses left of that. And again, this isn't I can't remember I just remember seeing it passing on Twitter. But someone said that's an oddly specific number for them to say. And what does he do? He does 3 smashes. So it's possible that he's gonna lose all functioning of his arms because he still doesn't have full control over One for All. All for One. No. One for All. I gotta come up with something different to say because I keep saying the wrong thing at the wrong time with those 2 powers. But anyways, so Deku's gonna need a long time to recover because just from the look of his body, it's like the worst it has been. Like even the fight against Muscular Man was not nowhere near as bad as it was with that. Seeing Bakugo like have his alright, but I'm just gonna repeat what I was just saying. But so Bakugo had his hero moment. It's like All Might said, like with some of the greatest heroes ever. It's just their body instinctively acts on its own, and they don't know how or why, and they can't explain it, but their body just suddenly moves into action. So seeing him, like I said, I don't think Bakugo is gonna die. If he does, I'd be very surprised. But seeing him possibly lay his life down for Deku, in all honesty, like I said, out. But seeing him possibly lay his life down for Deku, if he does die, I think that's a fantastic end to his character. Him, like him saying, going from "I'll kill you" to "I'll die for you." Obviously, I think more could be done with Bakugo, but if this is it, that's one hell of a way to go out. Seeing All for One take over Shigaraki's body like that, ooh. Man, that's not good at all. So it's got me thinking, if All for One can do that, we've seen hints of One for All controlling Deku's body back in the sports festival arc when he's going against what's his name, Shinzo, I believe, the mind control dude who, like, if you talk he takes over your mind, where they just like his finger just like activates All for One and he just like snaps back to reality. So it could be possible that some of the past users take over Deku's body in the future. Maybe the younger brother takes over his body to, you know, go against his older brother. Who knows? That would be, I don't know, that'd be kind of cool to see. But I think Endeavor's going down. If Endeavor, like, I think he might have died. Like, it wasn't outright stated or shown, but after using so much of his own firepower from before, and then, you know, obviously Shoto came and cooled him down some, so he was able to let off that Prominence Flare. He let that off while holding Shigaraki, and then got pretty much, those tendrils got pushed through his body. Someone, like, again, someone on Twitter pointed this out. I can't remember who it was because this was earlier this morning. Pointed out that those were the power activation quirks. So, or not quirks, but there was the quirk activation tendrils. So, you know, you can put the tendrils into somebody's body, and then they're, just because of that, their quirk is activated. All for One did that to Kurogiri, the teleporter, whenever he was knocked unconscious, to send the League of Villains away whenever All Might showed up. So it's possible that whenever they went through, Endeavor's body may have just been burnt to a crisp. And, you know, someone else was pointing out on Twitter, just like, you know, it's possible, like, most other storytellers, most other mangaka, other storytellers, whatever, they would have it to where Bakugo's quirk pretty much blew himself up in that situation. Others be like, it must have probably, like, they'll probably do it like how Deku was, with just like his arms being like fucked up. But man, this is wild. I think it was last week's chapter where I was just like, it was a fine chapter, but it didn't really get me hype. This, oh man, I am hyped, I am worried, and I'm scared for everybody, because this might not end well for anybody at all. But yeah, so comment down below, let me know if you read the chapter, what do you think of it. Do you think, like I said, I don't think Bakugo's gonna die, but if it happens, I'm gonna be upset, but I'm not gonna be mad, because I'm like, I can't think of a better way for him to go out than him sacrificing his life to save Deku. Also, I just kind of noticed in the background that my lights aren't at its usual thing. I'll put a warning at the beginning just in case. Sorry about that, y'all. I did not realize that till just now. But anyways, like I said, if you read it, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts about the chapter were, and let's just get the discussion going. And as always, y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all later.